Welcome everybody. We are so excited you're here. I'm Susan Heid, and you will see Sean Davis in just a few minutes as she pops in and kicks us off, talking about cardiovascular health. So this is a topic actually we really haven't covered that much, and so I was really excited to dive in because there are some statistics that really honestly surprised me. I think it's something that really gets overlooked and overshadowed by a lot of other things. And there are a lot of things that we can do to keep our systems really healthy. Sorry guys, I am looking for the section where it puts speaker mode and I'm not seeing speaker mode. Oh wait, hang on. There we go. Now I'm in speaker mode. Oh, now I've really messed up things here. Speaker view, that's what I want.
Okay, in mine it's my top right hand corner.
Okay, now yeah, it's all weird. So okay, I think we're good. Okay, well, whatever. Hopefully it will record in speaker view. I don't know what's going on. No, I want speaker view. Okay, there we go. Now we're going. Okay, so I'm not going to go into a big introduction, but I'm Susan Heid, like I said, and I've been using Young Living products for 7.5 years. Totally changed my life in so many different ways, and we could be here for a long time and we could all chat about that, but we're going to stay on point with cardiovascular health tonight. So get the information to you guys and then get you on your way. So for me, this really hit home a couple days ago. So I'm 53 at the time that this is being recorded, and my husband is as well. And he got a call that one of his college roommates had a massive heart attack. And it really kind of shook us. And this class was already planned, but it really, when those kind of things happen, it gets pretty real, because you don't think at 53 that your time is now, right? So it kind of gives me some good food for thought to be like, okay, maybe what can we add, especially not only for me, but to my husband, because if you're anything like my experience with the men, they tend to not want to take anything, right? They think they're invincible. They don't want to, we won't even talk about going to the doctor. That's a whole nother thing. But even, a good multivitamin or something, they don't want to have anything to do with that. So I know that you are going to get some great tips tonight that hopefully you can incorporate as well. So a couple of little statistics. The heart beats an average of 70 times per minute, or 100,000 times per day, and it pumps an amazing 2,000 gallons of blood each day. It's like a workhorse, right? I mean, it is like the prime thing that you want to have in tip-top shape. So did you know if you live to be 100 years old, which, hello, I want to be in that club, your heart will have beaten 3,786,978,960 times. That's nearly 4 billion. I had to think about what comes after all these commas in my notes. I'm like, okay, we're at thousands, billions, billions. So 4 billion times. So when we take care of a muscle, our heart like that, it's going to serve us really well. So the heart's between 7 and 15 ounces. It's about the size of the average person's fist, and it sits right under your rib cage, just slightly left of your sternum. It works to pump, pushing blood to the organs, tissues, and cells of the body in order for the blood to deliver oxygen and nutrients to your cells, and it removes carbon dioxide and other waste products made by the cells. So obviously your heart does a lot of things for your body, and we want to be taking care of it and doing all that we can, right? So Sean's going to kick us off here and give us some more great statistics.
Okay, so I'm Sean Davis, for those of you that don't know, and I am about a year less than what Susan is. I've been in Young Living 6.5 years, and I kind of had a wake-up call too, but it was literally within a year of starting Young Living. My brother was a week before he turned 48, and was in the hospital, had a massive heart attack. His widowmaker was 100% blocked. And when he went through the heart, had a heart cath and had some stents put in, and afterwards the doctor had said, you know, this was his widowmaker, and he said, what's that mean? He says, it means you really shouldn't be here. But luckily he survived it. But yeah, it was totally a wake-up call. So heart disease is rampant in my family, and I'll get into that a little later. I'll share my testimony about heart health, but some very eye-opening statistics about your heart. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't realize that cardiovascular disease and strokes are major women health risks. But with knowledge comes power, and it's better to know and to be aware of all that. Heart disease is the #1 cause of death in women in the United States. Stroke and cardiovascular disease is responsible for the death of 1 in 3 women. So we have 16 on here. Is that right? No, 20 on here. So figure that up. How many of us would be gone because of heart disease? Almost 2/3 of women who die of coronary heart disease have absolute no previous symptoms. So what does that mean? Literally 2/3, 64% about, the first symptom they have of heart disease is they don't wake up because they've had a heart attack. That is scary. 90% of women have 1 or more risk factors for heart disease or stroke. Heart disease kills 6 times as many women as breast cancer every year. But if you ask women, breast cancer is their #1 concern. They're more concerned about breast cancer than they are about heart disease. But before we get carried away about worrying about the state of your heart, there are things that we can do to take care of that muscle, because it is actually a muscle. So we have some good tips for that. You can eat a heart healthy diet. There are many reasons to eat a healthy diet, and your heart just got added to that list, because there are things you can do that actually feed it that help take care of it. So it is important to trim unhealthy fats, high sodium foods, and sugary drinks. It's also important to remember that there are delicious things that you can add. And I have to admit, I used to drink soda, pop, whatever you want to call it. If you're in the South, it's Coke. Used to drink it all the time, and I have totally switched. I drink, about the only time I will drink one of those is on a very rare occasion. It's about always water anymore. And that's another thing that went along. That's another contributing cause is diabetes, which I will talk about that in a little bit, or Susan might, and that is something that runs in my family too. So that was something that I had to really watch. You can incorporate tasty, heart healthy foods into your meals. And I try to eat something out of each one of these at least once a day. And so I try to get it in at least daily. But you can do salmon, albacore tuna, and other fish that are high in omega-3 fatty acids. Whole grains like steel cut oats, brown rice, and whole grain bread. I always watch when I buy bread. One thing that is added a lot is high fructose corn syrup if you buy commercial bread. And so I always watch, and I buy like 16 grain, 12 grain, all that good stuff. Fruits and vegetables like grilled veggies, fresh greens, and salads. One thing my mom did when I was a kid was cook Brussels sprouts, and then they became the science fair project in the back of the refrigerator. Nothing is worse than that. But my husband has got me turned on to Brussels sprouts, and we have those once or twice a week and absolutely love them. And you can also add Young Living Cardiogize. When this was introduced at convention, I don't remember if it was last year or the year before, it was something that I knew immediately that I was going to get and I was going to take, and I wasn't going to run out of it. So this supplement, Cardiogize, is a healthy choice. It is a naturally derived supplement formulated to support healthy, I cannot talk tonight, healthy heart function and blood circulation. It has antioxidant properties from garlic and CoQ10, formulated with natural folate, features astragalus and dong quai, which those have been used in traditionally in China for their synergistic properties and to support the cardiovascular system. It includes motherwort and hawthornberry, which have also been traditionally used to support the cardiovascular system. Uses deodorized garlic extract and CoQ10 to promote healthy circulation, supports heart health with CoQ10 and healthy vascular function with vitamin K2, and it is formulated with a synergistic ratio of the CoQ10 and selenium. And I will turn it back over to Susan.
Thank you. Yes. You guys are blowing me away with the comments already, realizing like, okay, so we have some people viewing that have had a heart attack, and then also people just recently with, you know, family members too. So I'm so glad that you all are here, and I know that you're going to come away with some good things. So yes, I would say well, we have a couple big powerhouses. Cardiogize would be one that I think if this is something that you know is part of your family genetics, Cardiogize would be one that I would definitely be taking. So I'm going to talk to you about a few other supplements. One is Mega-Cal. So I don't actually have a bottle of Mega-Cal, but I want to talk about it. So Mega-Cal is a wonderful source of calcium, magnesium, manganese, and vitamin C. So Mega-Cal supports normal bone and vascular health as well as normal nerve function, and it contains 207 milligrams of calcium and 188 milligrams of magnesium per serving. So if you've hung around at all very long, there is this phrase, and I should have pulled it up, about the lack of minerals. Minerals being, if you are lacking minerals, that is basically the root of all disease. And so, and I buy it 100% because our soil, what we're eating, even though you eat organic and you know, take all this care, the food does not have the nutrient value that it once did because our soil is depleted. And so you have got to be taking calcium and magnesium and potassium. You have to be getting some of those minerals back in through supplementation. It's just the way it goes. So Mega-Cal is a great one. So vitamin C is actually an antioxidant. Calcium, so it's a certain type. So one of the things that you want to be sure of, and which I am so grateful for with regard to Young Living supplements, is that not all calcium is created the same, guys. Not all magnesium, not all. So knowing the source of how you're actually getting, you know, whether it's vitamin C, whether it's magnesium, where that sourcing is from is really going to matter how well your body receives it and how well it can assimilate it, which is actually putting it into action in your body. So you can get vitamin C or vitamin K that's made in a laboratory, but I can tell you that those vitamins that are made from plant-based sources and from natural sources are going to be received by your body so much better. And that's one of the reasons why, like I said, I love being able to pick up a Young Living supplement, and I know that it's going to have the right ingredients for me. Plus, when we add essential oils into those supplements, we've talked about this before, your absorption of what you're taking skyrockets. So I need to pull that figure out, or the quote out because I always want to reference it and I always get it a little off, so I don't repeat it. But it's in the desk reference. Maybe I'll pull it up here before I talk about multigrains, but it's under multigrains. But it's amazing. So anyways, let me continue on here. I don't want to get off track too much. But so calcium obviously supports healthy bones and normal nerve function. It's one of the best rated forms of calcium available, the type that Young Living has in it. It's a big sciencey word, which I'm not super good at pronouncing. So you can look at the bottle or look on the website. Magnesium, which is also as citrate, sulfate, and carbonate. So it's an essential mineral required for proper function of enzymes and more, along with calcium. It supports healthy bone function. Zinc, okay, so if you are kind of been looking and seeing what all you need to be making sure you have in stock, in your routine, that zinc right now is one that you want to be taking. So it's an essential trace element that acts as a catalyst for other enzymes. Manganese, see, I can't talk either, Sean, which is also an essential mineral, meaning that our bodies need it in order to maintain healthy function. And then it also has a little bit of xylitol, which is a natural low-calorie sweetener. So the powder actually has a light lemon flavor, so you can mix it nicely with water or juice. You could dump it, put some in your Ningxia, or you could have it in the afternoon. You could probably even mix it with, I will have an alkaline packet every once in a while, and it's the same type of flavor. So that would be really tasty together, or put it in a Zing or mix it with a nitro. It'd be really good too. So, and it's really wonderful because you might have people in your life, and it may be you, that isn't a fan of taking capsules, right? Or maybe it's just they can't. So it's wonderful to have a powder form that somebody can use to actually get the minerals into their body in that way without taking capsules. So love that. All right, so then the next one is Omegagize, and I have it here. So it's pretty small capsule. You can see it in there. You can see the oil going inside of it. So according to the American Heart Association, some of the key factors to poor heart health include physical inactivity. That should be no surprise, right? Smoking, poor diet, and excessive alcohol intake. Another less known factor is CoQ10. So CoQ10 is a powerful fat-soluble vitamin-like substance found naturally in all forms of animal life. It is created in the membranes of cells in humans, and it's vital to the production of energy. As such, it is found in organs that require high levels of energy, especially your heart, your liver, your kidneys, and your pancreas. Because CoQ10 is produced in the cells and not from food, and because levels start to decline as we age, we have to be supplementing. It's increasingly important that we do. There's so many things that I have learned just in the last couple of years that our body starts producing less and less of, that decline. So you probably have heard about melatonin declines too. Your body doesn't produce it like it did, and so many things. So this is a good one. So is CoQ10 created all that it's supposed to be? Is it worth it? Well, so here's the thing that I was kind of talking about. There are many different versions of CoQ10 that are on the market. Some of the questions for differentiating between the types are, so here's questions that you want to ask yourself. Is it identical to that produced naturally within the body, which is termed bioidentical? So you want to be finding one that's bioidentical. Young Living's is. Is it free of impurities that synthetically processed CoQ10 contains? Okay, we don't want synthetic stuff, right? Our body does not know how to process that. Is it generally recognized as safe? GRAS is what for use in foods and beverages. Is it GMO? Does it have GMO modified stuff? No, we don't want that. And is it allergen free as well as kosher free? So there are a lot of different things that you want to be aware of, and it gets really complicated. That's why I like the easy button. Like, I know when I pick up a Young Living supplement that I know that they've done all that research and they're looking out for me. So And I love that it's made in the US too. So through research, Young Living found only one version of CoQ10 that met all of the standards. That's why Young Living uses only the Kanika Q10 in our Omegagize fish oil supplement. So each serving delivers 40 milligrams of premium CoQ10, replenishing vital organs with the substance vital for energy production. So that one is huge, you guys. So Omegagize is definitely one that you want to have in your routine as well. So, okay, cultivating healthy habits. So I'll be the first to tell you, you can sit and take all of these wonderful supplements, but they aren't going to give you what you're looking for unless you're making some other changes. So there are not magic pills, right? We know that. So habits, big and small, make a big difference for your heart. So cultivating an attitude of overall wellness and incorporating these healthy choices into your daily routine make a big difference. So just like any other muscle, the best way to make your heart stronger is to work it out. So whether you prefer high intensity workouts or a slow burn, these tips can help your heart be in tip-top shape. Okay, so don't freak out. Okay, I'm not asking you to do a HIIT workout or go to whatever, what's that, CrossFit. Okay, I don't do CrossFit. So, but guys, we are a society that sits on our behinds more than ever. So just get moving, do something that you like, whether it's running or walking or swimming, do something. And I'm like every single day, do some form of exercise. It will benefit your body so much. So find ways to take stress out of your body and your heart. We know stress is huge. That's where antioxidants come in, because they are going to help your body fight off, because all that stress, that's free radicals attacking. So antioxidants are your BFF. In addition to working out, you want to be able to relax and unwind. So yoga and meditation are great ways to help. I mean, we know incorporating essential oils that can help relax the body, also really good. Stress away. We could probably have a big long list here in the chat, but stress away, sacred mountain, valor, peace and calming, lavender, frankincense, all were ones that kind of came to my mind at the beginning to reduce stress. So, and then rubbing them in your hands and making that scent tet, you can do that anytime. You could be the weirdo with your hands over. It's better than, what was the Saturday Night Live thing where she's like smelling her pits? Yeah, Sally O'Malley. So you don't have to be a Sally O'Malley, but you can do a little scent tent. And then also, here's another one that I think gets forgotten. We need sleep, okay? Getting 6 to 8 hours of really good sleep each night. That's how your body recovers, friends. You have got to be sleeping for your body to regenerate. So if you're missing that, your body's not going to operate at its full capacity. So sleep oils are really helpful. Cedarwood, Sacred Mountain, another one of my friends, Tranquil, Lavender, those are all great ones. So, so doing what you need to do in order to get some good sleep. So, all right, Dawn what? Where did that come from? Sean, see, I can't talk, is going to talk about the big powerhouse. So I think this is the star of the show, honestly.
Rutavala is my favorite sleep
Your
oil.
favorite? Yeah.
Yeah. And I looked that up, the multigrains thing.
Okay.
It is, before essential oils were added to multigreens, it was 42% blood absorption within 24 hours. After adding essential oils to the formula, the blood absorption increased to 64% in the first 30 minutes and 86% in the first hour.
So crazy. So yeah. Crazy good.
So, okay, so the powerhouse, and I have to admit it is, just because of the results that my brother has had, is Ningxia Red, and I have it in both. This is actually the 25th anniversary bottle. It's the only thing I have in my office, but I do have the packets. And Ningxia Red we have to say may, improve cardiovascular health and is known to reduce high blood pressure. Contains natural antioxidants which protect the body against free radicals. It is free radicals that create cell oxidation and damage and are known to contribute to cancer, heart disease, and more. Contains a great whole food source of fiber, minerals, and vitamins. Highest levels of naturally occurring age-defying S-ORAC activity. Studies have shown that S-ORAC supports cardiovascular health, boosts natural immune function, and protects the eyes. It assists in detoxing the cells and organs, including the kidneys, liver on a daily basis. Natural form of energy without sugar, caffeine, or other artificial stimulants. I have one of my gals, I call her my other mother, my other mama, and she swears by her, she just calls it her juice. Because if she hasn't had her juice, she's dragging, and she's like, in the middle of the day, she's like, why am I so, I haven't had my juice. So she swears by it. Only 15 calories per 1 ounce serving, 0 grams of fat, 3 grams of total carbohydrates, and only 14 milligrams of sodium. And why should you drink Ningxia Red every day? Because it strengthens the cardiovascular system, normalizes blood pressure, normalizes blood sugar, reduces cholesterol, boosts the immune system, improves digestive tract health, promotes vision health, boosts metabolic efficiency, naturally boosts energy, may reduce pain and inflammation, strengthens muscles and bones, improves memory, improves quality of sleep, alleviates occasional anxiety, improves mood, and may improve overall health. And I will just tell you my brother's experience with it. He had his heart attack, and it was January 18th that he had his heart attack. The 24th was his birthday, and I taught my very first class for Young Living on February 24th, I believe. It's 24th or 26th. And he came only because he had to, because he was not allowed to be by himself. And my sister-in-law came to support me. And he listened to, I totally just, first class ever. So I taught the starter kit, talked about Ningxia a little bit. And literally 2 weeks later, he threw money at me and said, sign me up. And he has drank Ningxia, a shot glass, every single morning for, that was in 15. So for 5 years, 5.5 years, he's drank a shot glass full, and his numbers are the best they have ever been. And so, and that's all that he's done. I mean, he used to watch his diet fairly well. He doesn't do that anymore. It's the only difference, the only change that he's really made that's stuck with him. But my testimony on this is, as I said, heart disease is rampant in our family. My brother likes to do genealogy, and so he has gone back and traced our genealogy at least 7 generations clear across. Some of them he's gone farther. And looking at death certificates, heart disease is prevalent on both sides of my family tree, my dad's side and my mom's side. Out of my 4 grandparents, 3 of them died from cardiovascular disease. My mother passed away last February, had congestive heart failure. And as I said, my brother is a heart patient. And I can remember walking out of the cath lab with his doctor, and he said to me, he is a heart patient now and he needs to act like it. And I said, well, cardiovascular disease does run in our family. And he says, okay, so this is for you. When have you had your last stress test? And I said, well, I had one in 2011. I was in the midst of a divorce, and I had a EKG come back abnormal, so I had a stress test done. And I said, but other than that, I said, I don't ever have high blood pressure. I check it regularly. But remember, 64% of women die from a heart attack and have never had a symptom. And so he says, well, it's something you need to be aware of. So I have I continually take my blood pressure, usually at least once a week. And at 50, I decided to go back to school. And in doing that, I had to have a physical. EKG came back abnormal. And so they referred me to a cardiologist. And I have a niece that's a doctor, and she said, so what was the abnormality? And I said, I don't know. And I said, surely it'll be in my chart, because with our hospital, we can log in and look at our chart. So I did, and I looked at the test results, and she says, oh, Aunt Shawn, that's just a normal variance for a woman of your age. I said, thanks for making me feel old, Mindy. But I had the stress test, and that came out okay. But I told my cardiologist, who happened to be my mom and my grandmother's cardiologist, I said, being the history, I rather err on the side of caution. He says, okay, so let's do a cardiac calcium score. It's literally a 10-minute test. You go in, have a CT scan. They check for calcium in your arteries and around your heart. And he said, if that's okay, he says, we won't worry about it. He said, if there's an issue, he said, then we're going to talk medication. So I have been doing 2 ounces of Ningxia every day for the last 6 years. And like I said, when they introduced Cardiogize, I started it immediately, and I have always taken that since they started it. And I got done with my cardiac calcium score, and the girl says, oh, it'll probably take like several days for you to get the results back on this. And I said, okay. And I came home. Well, that night I had an email. I had test results ready. So I went in and I clicked on it. 100% of women my age have a higher score than I do. My cardiac score was 0. There is no plaque, no calcium, anything in the arteries around my heart. And I'm telling you, that is because of Ningxia Red and Cardiogize. I know it. I don't always eat the best. I'm the first to admit it. And I'm not always all that active. But in the supplements that I take, I know it has made a difference. And my mom also had diabetes. She had had several strokes, and so that was something else that I was concerned about. And trust me, I love my sweets. And my A1C when I did my physical was 5.5. So I'm telling you, supplements are the bomb, and it is literally what has kept me healthy. So I will turn it back to Susan.
All right. All right. So another one, was that not the best? I'm so glad that Shawn was on this call to be able to share that, because you guys, we could sit here and talk about how great this ingredient is and this ingredient, but it's the real stories of people's lives being affected by using some of these products, right? That's where the rubber meets the road. So very grateful. So another one, which is awesome. And so I'm going to talk about multigrains here in just I have it in just a second, but Sulfurzyme, we have talked about that in our group often, and it's a great supplement. And people sometimes, I think, get overwhelmed by all the different choices of supplements that you can take. And that is easy to do. But I think here's one of the things that I'll share is that there are a few base supplements that I take consistently all the time. Multigrains, and then Sulfurzyme is definitely one of those, Super B and Ningxia, but some of these other ones, you're going to know what you need to take. So just like Shawn, if you have an issue or you have family history of something and there is a supplement that is going to be a key for you, then that's going to be an all the time supplement for you. So, but I've been taking Sulfurzyme, I would say at least for 6 years. And I believe that it has done amazing things for my body. So let's talk about it. So we have Sulfurzyme in capsules, and we also have Sulfurzyme powder. The only difference between those two products is that the powder has stevia in it. It's just a very small amount of stevia. So, that's the only difference. So I tend to use the capsules. That's just easier for me. A lot of people prefer, using the powder and making the red drink. So, people love that. So Sulfurzyme combines wolfberry, which is what Ningxia is made from, right? So you're getting a double dose if you're taking an ounce or two of Ningxia. And can I just say for a second, 15 calories for an ounce? Like what? Like how did I miss that before? Because I'm sorry, at our house we don't buy apple juice, we don't buy orange juice, we don't buy other types of juices. And I'm just kind of like thinking now, there's lots of reasons, but I'm like, I can't drink an ounce of orange juice for 15 calories, like for that alone right there. So I was kind of blown away because I had kind of not really paid attention to that. So that was really good. But so you've got the wolfberry with MSM, which is specifically designed to support healthy function of the body and works to scavenge those free radicals, which is all of the stuff attacking our body, tearing it down. So MSM is a natural occurring organic form of dietary sulfur. So we always like to say if you have an allergy to sulfur drugs, that's not what this is. This is an organic form of sulfur. So it's completely different. So you can totally take Sulfurzyme. And your body actually needs this dietary sulfur. It's needed to maintain the structure of proteins, protect cells and cell membranes, replenish the connections between cells, and preserve the molecular framework of connective tissue. This is why Sulfurzyme is so good for caring for your joints. So even taking this before you're experiencing like, oh, this is sore, or this is, I'm older, whatever, this is like proactive. I love it. Sulfurzyme also contains minerals and coenzymes that support this, the assimilation and metabolism, there we go, of sulfur. Oh my word, you guys. It's like tongue twister night. So assimilation means how well your body's actually absorbing it. So we want our body to absorb the supplements that we're taking, right? We don't want to have it just go down the toilet, because that's what a lot of supplements that you do, it's just running through your body. It's not even really going, to do anything. So that's where it's a key difference. So MSM is a major helper for our bodies and supports the immune system, the liver, circulation, and proper intestinal function. So it helps for the immune system. It helps with seasonal allergies. So add that one into your routine. Great for the liver, improves circulation. It helps relieve joint stiffness. It is an anti-inflammatory. It inhibits the breakdown of cartilage. It helps speed up recovery after exercise. It may help alleviate those arthritic symptoms by reducing the stiffness and pain. And like I said, it has the wolfberry in it. So super good for that. So, all right, so that's the Sulfurzyme. Remember, it comes in capsules or powder. Get the same benefit from both of those. So then the last supplement we're going to talk about, I think it is, is Multigrains. So Multigrains is a capsule, okay, and it's just right like this. So I really like, it's kind of my BFF. I really do like, I'm like, I can't tell you. Not only just because of that statistic that Sean read out of the desk reference about multigrains, but I just love it because can we ever have enough greens in our body? Oh, likely not. So it's great. So it is, Multigrains has spirulina. It's a dietary supplement, and it has a chlorophyll supplement with benefits of bee pollen. It's anti-aging amino acids, kelp, and choline. So chlorophyll benefits may include providing excellent natural sources of vitamins and minerals. There again is that mineral component, including vitamin K and magnesium. Magnesium is really important, friends, really important. It is an excellent source of the choline. It's designed to boost vitality by working with the glandular, nervous, and circulatory systems, okay? So spirulina has benefits including providing a rich source of magnesium. Bee pollen benefits include providing a natural source of protein. vitamins and minerals, including vitamin B and calcium. Kelp is a natural source of iodine. Okay, we all need that. So love that for, especially for thyroid. Usually that is what you want to be having for a thyroid. Barley grass contains many minerals. Alfalfa meal is extremely high in chlorophyll. So I love that. Did you know that amino acids are building blocks of protein in the body and supports healthy cell function? So that's what you're getting when you're using multigreens. I love this because people always say like, well, I have to eat meat. So we're not going down to the whole vegetarian or anything, but I have to eat meat because I have to have protein for this activity. And I'm just kind of like, wait a minute, time out here. I'm not going to argue with that, but do you see cows eating meat? No, they eat grass. They're eating healthy grass that has amino acids that convert into protein. So we want to make sure that we're having amino acids added into our body so that it can help that. So humans produce 10 to 20 amino acids that are essential to the body, and the others have to be sourced from the food we eat. So you've got to be eating a diet that has that in it, or you're missing it. So essential means that we have to have them for our body to operate. So they're healthy building blocks for hair, skin, cells, and other body systems. So amino acid and enzyme deficiency in the body may contribute to the aging process, and it must be added back as we grow older. There again, remember I said there's so many things that our body produces less of, or maybe our body needs more of as we age, and their amino acids are definitely one of those. They're not stored. We have to add them into our body every single day. And then because this gem also has essential oils in it, your body's being able to absorb it, right? So this one has geranium, rosemary, lemongrass, and melissa in it. So it's great. So one of the things that I learned when I was just digging in is dosage. People always wonder about dosage. So if you have a slower metabolism, you can take 3 capsules once or twice a day. And if you have a faster metabolism, you can take 4 capsules once or twice daily. So for best results, take it an hour before your meal, but don't get hung up on that, because what happens is then we think, oh my gosh, I didn't, and then I just don't take it. No. Just take it when you remember. So, all right. So let's wrap up because we kind of covered a lot of things here. So we want to eat a heart-healthy diet, right? Some of those things that Sean mentioned, those fresh fruit and vegetables. Salmon is a great one. You know, make sure that you are putting input, those things that are good. Add Cardiogize. That would be high on the priority list. We've got Mega Cal, Omegagize, and then you want to cultivate healthy habits. So get your body moving, right? You want to be up, getting good sleep. You want to add Ningxia Red. Friends, if there's one thing, I said if there was only one thing I could take with me on a deserted island out of the Young Living product line, it's Ningxia Red. So if you are like, well, I like my orange in my diffuser, that's all great. But if your family budget is limited to a certain thing, I would be getting Ningxia Red before I was getting oils for my diffuser. And yes, I just said that. So, but I can tell you that is going to do way more for you in the long run. So Sulfurzyme would be one, and then multigreens. So there you go. Do you have anything else to add to that list, Sean?
I don't think so. I think that covers it.
Let's see. We have some questions. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, Hannah, if you could put it in a capsule, but I'm not sure if you were answering somebody else's question. That's kind of.
She was. Carol asked if you could put the sulfurzyme powder in a capsule.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, perfect. And then Hannah asked, if we're taking master formula, do you recommend taking 1 or 2? Seems master formula had a lot of it in it. I'm not sure what I was talking about when you were mentioning what that was, Hannah. So if you want to type it in, master formula is the bomb, diggity bomb, I'm telling you. So if you are taking master formula, there's only a few places that maybe you want to supplement. And here's the thing that I like to tell people. We talk about this with master formula. So guys, I care about you. That's why I tell you this. You don't have to take a supplement every single day. Okay. You can, it's not going to hurt you listen to me, but I'm just like everybody else. I want to stretch our family budget, right? So I want to give you real practical advice. So I don't take Master Formula every day. I take it 2, 3, maybe 4 times a week. I don't take it every day. And my body is still going to benefit from that, okay? Because I'm eating a good diet as well. So same with some of these other supplements. I may not take Sulfurzyme every single day, but I'm getting it maybe 4 to 6 days of the week. So I just want you to keep that in the back of your mind as you are kind of like looking at the big picture, is that, you know, find what works for you and just know there's not a standard. What works for me isn't the same thing that works for Sean and isn't the same thing that works for Darlene. So just know you have intuition. And then you have a budget that you need to stick with, right? And so figure out what that looks like. If you can buy a box of Master Formula, you know, and then, you know, take it over a 2-month period, yes, your body is still going to benefit from that. So sorry, I went on a little tangent. Okay. Any other questions? If you want to type them in there, or you are welcome to unmute yourself. And then I think we're going to wrap it up, but. Yes, this is recorded. So, Laura, if you are not in Confident Oilers, if you would Facebook message me, and then I can give you the recording, but I will be posting it in our Facebook group. So great. Okay. Yeah, just Facebook message me, and then I will get the recording to you so that you can listen again, watch it again. So, all right. Perfect. Thanks you guys for joining. I'm glad. I knew we would kind of wrap this up and it wouldn't be a full hour. So I was glad we got through the material and just some simple things. And so just pick one thing, friends, one thing to implement, and then go check how you feel after 30 to 60 days. And then if you want to add something else, add something else. So anyway, thanks so much, Sean, for staying up late. I know it's late for you, so it was fun. I feel like the good old days teaching the class with you. It's been a long time. So
it has been a long time.
yeah. So all right, you guys, thanks a lot for joining us. Have a great night.